Hey, it's Dr. Bunmi, and this is episode 1. A shout out to the Rassy team. I see you guys over there. And I just want to thank you all for your overwhelmingly positive response. I mean, I am so humbled by it. I thank you. And some of you all jump right in. Y'all like, Dr. Bunmi, what's this? What's this about? What's that? And I and I just want to say I definitely got your questions. We will definitely do a weekly Q&A in which we will address your questions and definitely spread good health information. So on today's episode, we're going to talk about a healthy diet. What is a healthy diet? There's so many different fads and different things that, you can try a smoothie diet, or you could try a juicing diet, or you can, try a plant-based diet or a keto diet. So what is it to all of these things, and what actually constitutes a truly healthy diet? So, in recent news, the rapper Nipsey Hussle, was shot and killed in front of his marathon store, in LA. And, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. I know he was doing a lot in the community. He was a rapper, but he was so many other things, a father, community activist, things. He was a businessman his trajectory was like going up and up and up. And it's unfortunate that his life was cut short, because he could have done some really great things. And I really do hope that his family and the community continue to live out his legacy and make sure those things happen that were near and dear to his heart. Now, since this is a health show, one of the things that Nipsey was also into, he was actually going to create, or I don't know if he was in production of, a documentary based on Dr. Sebi. I'm not exactly sure where he wanted to go with the documentary, but I think he wanted to showcase like Dr. Sebi's life and the things Dr. Sebi was into. And I heard about Dr. Sebi back in, it's a while ago. Back when Lisa Left Eye Lopez actually was the first time I heard about him, because she went down to Honduras to get some healing and treatment from Dr. Sebi, and that's the first time I actually heard about him. Now, I have looked up a few things on, about Dr. Sebi, even before his own death. Rest in peace, Dr. Sebi. But I looked up his diet, and basically it looked like he believed in a plant-based diet, a diet, filled with vegetables, fruits, whole grains. Now, of course, there were some nuances, like he didn't believe in hybrid vegetables or fruits like grapefruit or broccoli and things of that sort. He was, mostly plant-based, eat things in its most purest form as possible. But another things, like he claimed to be able to treat HIV, cure cancer, autoimmune diseases, things of that sort. Now, I don't know about that. And I am actually somebody, I'm an immunologist, and I take care of children. I take care of adults as well in general practice. And I'm an MD, but I actually still believe in like herbalistic and natural medicines, up to a certain extent. Like there's certain things that I do believe science plays a role in, which we, develop scientific treatments and things of that sort. So, it kind of becomes a fine line. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to create this show. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about, what should we do, So with Dr. Sebi, I don't know if his treatments actually cure these things. Like say for instance, if we were to do the HIV study, that, he claims that he could have cured it. So in today's world, and we would actually take someone with HIV, test their blood for it, see if they're positive and how much HIV is actually in their blood, put them on Dr. Sebi's treatment plan, and then, test it afterwards. So there's this claim that in 1988, he went to court and beat the U.S. government for saying that he can treat these things, and that he actually treated them. Well, not quite. So, I actually looked up the study, and back in June of 1988, he was taken to the Supreme Court of the state of New York. The Attorney General at the time basically claimed that Dr. Sebi, also named Alfredo Bowman, basically was, false advertising. Probably not on some Fire Festival stuff, but he was false advertising where he, put out newspaper ads stating that he had the cure for all these different diseases. And so they took him to court for that. And basically at the end of it, it looks like they basically told him that if anybody wanted their money back for getting treatment for his false claims, that they could do so. Now, did anybody get their money back or not? I don't really know. Now, the other thing, with Dr. Sebi, like I said, he believes in a plant-based diet. And me being an immunologist, I know for a fact that a healthy diet helps to boost your immune system, okay? So your immune system is very important for several different things. I mean, it keeps cancer cells in check, inflammation down. It can cause inflammation as well. So, your body tends to like things that are going to give it good nutrients, vitamins, easy to process, and will help detoxify the body. And so cancer, we're making cancer cells every day, and the main thing that keeps it in check is our immune system. So if you have a good immune system, if you are you put things into your body that boosts your immune system and makes your immune system function well, you're likely to fight off and save diseases because your immune system is going to keep things in check. Okay. So, a plant-based diet, he didn't eat meat. That was pretty much one thing I know for sure that Dr. Sebi was a strong advocate for. And, there's actually science behind a plant-based diet. So, the Journal of the American College of Cardiology back in 2017 looked at the different types of plant-based diets. So we all knew kind of plant-based diets, were good for you. But soda, technically is considered, vegan. It's plant-based. There's no meat, there's no dairy in it. So they looked at the different plant-based diets, and what they found was that an overall plant-based diet that emphasized the consumption of all healthy plant foods while reducing the intake of all animal foods like dairy, eggs, fish, meat was pretty much good for you. Now, they did break it down even further, like a healthful plant-based diet that emphasized the consumption of only healthy plant foods such as whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, and healthy oils was good. And an unhealthful plant-based diet that emphasized the consumption of less healthy plant foods such as fruit juices, refined grains, potatoes, rice, white rice, I should say, and processed breads were bad. And so basically they found that the healthy plant-based diet had the lowest risk. People who ate that diet had the lowest risk for heart disease. Good. Not that surprising. There's documentaries, there's books based on this stuff. So, plenty of information out there. So more plants, good. Less dairy, meat, and fatty foods and processed foods, the better off you are not eating those things. Now, of course, you should try to live your life. I wouldn't say, things in moderation are good. I wouldn't say go and eat bad things and you'll be fine. But, you have to live your life. I want to go to the barbecue too. Now, I'm not saying you have to eat meat, but your barbecue tofu might be fine. Have fun with it as well. Now, another thing that I saw recently was that Beyonce went on this crazy diet to get ready for her 2018 Coachella performance. So her diet basically consisted of no breads, carbs, sugar, dairy, meat, fish, and alcohol. While she was doing a strenuous workout and for her rehearsals. Basically after having, twins and all. And I'm just gonna say first of all, that Netflix movie that she came out with, man, I she's truly Queen B. I mean, I'm Dr. Bunmi, but Beyonce's Queen B. I'm gonna give it up to her. But anyway, going back to this diet. So it seems like the only thing she had left to eat was plants, was vegetables and maybe a little bit of fruit, but she probably didn't eat that much fruit because of the sugar. I wouldn't necessarily recommend a diet that's strict. Of course, consult with your doctor before going on any type of diet, just to see, you know, especially if you can sustain something like that, or you may have special dietary needs because of any health conditions that you may have. But yeah, that diet's strict, really strict. I couldn't do it. I'm like, I gotta slip a cookie in somewhere. Like that. Yeah. Well, she was a woman on a mission. So let's see, like the overall theme. It seems to be mostly a plant-based diet. You know, I wouldn't say you necessarily, you know, have to follow everything to a T. Like you should live some, but you know, basically try to reduce the bad things, and a lot of plants and less meat, dairy, and processed foods and fatty foods. I think the better off you are, and that's what I would actually consider a healthy diet. Now, if you eat meat, try to choose the best meat for you. Try to choose like things like fish, you know, lean cuts of beef like filet mignon, or, you know, lean ground beef and things of that sort. Chicken breast, if you are a meat eater. So, I mean, there's a few resources. There are people that you can follow on the gram. There is the people I follow, the Chef Doc, who has pretty good recipes and you know, also some good health information about a plant-based diet. The Vegan Inca, if you want to learn more about different studies and different information about being a vegan, as well as the Chef Doc. Now, not the Chef Doc, Dr. Lauren Powell, who isn't necessarily a vegan chef or anything, but she, you know, cooks with mainly plant-based foods, and you know, has some meat in there. And I think, you know, a small bit of meat, if you're a meat eater, no more than like maybe a cup a day, is best for you. But she has really good healthy recipes, and she's also a family medicine physician. So these are a few of the people I follow. You'll find their links attached to this video. And yeah, I mean, so a healthy diet, mostly plants and less of the bad stuff. So that's pretty much it. And, you know, I want to see you all live your best healthy lives. You know, much love. And definitely follow me at Dr. Bunmi, Dr_BUN, like a bun, MI, so Dr. Bunmi. And definitely hit me up with your questions, your comments, your concerns. And if you have anything for the QA, leave it in my DMs, or leave it at the following the video. Of course, know that none of this is, you know, secure information, so you may want to be a little confidential in what you share. But you know, we'll talk about it, and I look forward to our Q&A coming up. All right, much love, Dr. Bunmi. Bye-bye.